So the portfolio just crossed $10,000, and that might not sound like a lot to most people, but in my opinion, the first $10,000 is by far the hardest milestone to reach in your investing journey. And the sooner in your life you do it, the better off you will be in the future in order to have some type of financial independence later on in life. So, looking at the results so far, in the last 6 months or so, I've put $9,000 aside and I've made around 13, close to $1,400 in profits. And I just invested in a bunch of things that I was interested in, and I just watched it grow slowly. So if we look at the growth, over the past 6 months. This is starting from 1700, now at 10,000. So that's all it took. It took $300 a week over a 6 months period, and I was able to reach the first 10K. And this is the most important one. And the reason, in my opinion, is that in order to reach $10,000, you have to make changes in your life. You have to make decisions not to spend on too many nights out and fancy clothing and things of that nature, and put your money into your future. You're basically buying future time and delaying gratification. I know some of you that are in your 20s and 30s personally, and I think that if you can make decisions to delay buying that $5,000 computer or that $3,000 bike and things of that nature, and instead buy just what you need for a while until you reach that first milestone, and then you could tone it down. But $10,000 invested at like 22 years old, if you compound it at 10% a year, it comes to a lot of money in 30 or 40 years when you go to retirement, and it guarantees that you always have a safety net around. So now let's go over the things that I've done right and the things that I've done wrong over the past 6 months of the experiment. The first thing that I did right was that I diversified quite a lot, and I've made a good base. The first thing that I did wrong, however, is that I exited some of my positions in the precious metals. The timing was perfect. It was a really good trade, but I think in investing, in building wealth, it's a mistake to mix investing and trading, and I shouldn't have done that because I don't want to show you the habit of getting in and out of stocks. I think it's a very bad habit when it comes to investing, but it's very strong in me because I've been trading for many years, and I have often some type of sense of the market structure shifting, and then I have a hard time controlling myself playing with my positions. But I don't think that people that are neophytes are should do that in their investing. Another thing I've done right is I went according to my belief system and my vision of the world, basically. So I went really hard on precious metals because I felt that this is where the most momentum was coming from. And I was right to do that because I think most of the profits came from that specific sector. What I should have done was to invest into other sectors instead of trimming down my position. That's what I did, however, into crypto. In crypto, I didn't sell anything. I just let my position get smaller and smaller as we were in the bear market and my entry was terrible. But I didn't add to the position yet. I will start to do to add in the next few weeks because I believe that it's a good time right now to start to accumulate, even though it might not be the bottom yet. I think that in 5 years from now, I will look at this and say this was a good entry. So I just wanted to emphasize the fact that the first $10,000 comes from you. It's your savings, your discipline, your decisions. The compounding interest hasn't kicked in yet. You will see that later as you accumulate these $10,000 marks, and then really the compounding starts to show up and really help you into building the snowball. But I wanted to make a video just to emphasize the importance of that first 5-digit number that you put next to your name as you are growing older. That's very important. As for the next $10,000 of the experiment, the way I will orient the money will be towards these green bars that you see here. These I will call pillars. I will bring those to $1,000 in the next few months. And I will also keep buying other covered call ETFs that have higher yield. I want to crank up that yield a bit, and I want to go pretty heavy into crypto in the next few months as well, and also into some tech covered call ETFs. So stay tuned. I'll see you in the next video.